doing this panel. We're so excited. Let's get right to some questions. Yeah. And then we also have some fan-submitted questions from our friends in the audience. So, we want to know, in addition to the DeLorean, what are some of your favorite inventions or technology that were used in any of the films?
Hearing aids.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, I think that the TV with a bunch of TVs inside of it was kind of the best. Yes, they had the flying car didn't work out so well so far, but you know that TV and a TV and Back to the Future, that's real.
TV and a TV.
Yeah, you know, like all the stations at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
Stuff that became stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I think the fact that everybody has things like in Back to the Future 2, when they had all the gizmos and you could do 9 things at once. We do all that. We can do 100 things at once now. that looks like the giant fax machine and it's just that we went way past that. It's amazing.
I think Back to the Future is the beginning of the gizmo judging. You know, where the future happens and everyone says, there aren't flying cars, Tom. They're not flying. It's just a movie you were talking about. The future, you know, it wasn't, we weren't making actual projections. The Cubs. These microphones, I feel like a football coach. I'm glad our defense performed well. We've got some dedicated kids coming in looking forward to next season.
Super Bowl predictions? All right. Christopher, favorite invention?
I'm still thinking.
We're going to circle back. If you guys could time travel to any era or historical event, where would you guys like to time travel to?
Actually, so many of those. I'm thinking.
I go back and see your play that I missed. Richard. What play?
King Lear.
King Lear. Okay. I will go back and see him in King Lear, which I missed and I still regret. He's a genius.
Can I get something? Just you running the questions back, Chris reminds me that I want to thank this gentleman. The gentleman? Can't see. But the person doing the sign language. Thank you. Carry on.
Where would you go, Tom?
I would go?
Yeah.
I would go I would go to December 25th, 0000. To see the cows and the donkeys. See if the little drummer boy could actually play the thing, you know. I think in pop culture, as a musician, I would like to go back to the Cavern Club in Liverpool and see the Beatles perform in this apparently closed, dank place where something unbelievably exciting was happening artistically. You know, something new, and just everyone was like, wow! And now we've accepted it so much into our culture, but it really revolutionized music until now, 2024, and people are still going, man, I mean, gotta hold your hand, it's good. So maybe that, you know.
It's actually amazing because we get asked this question, or I get asked this question all the time, and I still don't have a very good answer. I mean, it's crazy. We get asked this all the time.
I was thinking
That
that.
was a good answer.
Sorry. There you go.
I'm done.
I was thinking about, I did a TV movie with Woody Allen, and he was, the crew was sitting around a bowl of peanuts, and eating this bowl of peanuts. And we were talking about time travel. And Woody kind of came up and heard what we were talking about. And we turned and said, Woody, if you could go into any time other than now, where would you go? And he said, no time before the invention of penicillin. I'm such a great Woody Allen. So I'm all for that. Anytime after the invention of penicillin.
Christopher?
Still thinking?
I'm thinking.
Obviously, we're here at MegaCon, and I'm just curious, where's been some of the most unique or unusual places that you guys have been recognized?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly,
We'll circle back.
The men's room.
I told you never to mention that. I got off the plane in Hong Kong, made it through Chinese customs, and a man was literally pulling a rickshaw. I don't mean to be culturally insensitive, I truly, but he's pulling the rickshaw by me, dropped the bars of the rickshaw, and just went, "Back to the future!" So, man, that thing gets around. Wow.
well, okay, I remember something. I was taking a bicycle trip across the country, literally from Oceanside or somewhere to Nova Scotia. And I was going across the desert, and it was hot. I was very aware about, running out of water. There were signs like, why are you doing this?
So good looking.
Oh, okay. And so I was going across, and there was like a trestle going across between the sand dunes, and got off the bike, and went down below, and lit up, just in the shade, catching my breath. And I hear a vehicle cross the bridge and slow down and stop. And my bicycle and everything I, possessed is up there a little worried. And a few moments later, this guy leans over the edge of the bridge and looks down, and he sees me. He looks at me, he goes, "Reverend Jim." There's no follow-up on that.
Michael, any unique places that you've been recognized?
Let me see, I get recognized everywhere. So. People think I'm Matthew Broderick. It's weird, it's so strange, that you said that. I don't know what it's like not to be recognized. It's kind of weird. Like, I just assume, and it's terrible, I don't mean this to be arrogant or anything, but I just assume people know who I am. And they do, and it's really weird. And what's really great is when they're not impressed. Oh, Mike, yeah, just go back. Back line. But it's weird. I've been well known for like 40 years. It's really weird. And I have to say this, like, Mitch is not to suck up, but But it's really been one of the great things in my life that all you folks know who I am, and I feel like I know who you are, and we have this great communication that it like just reinforced today. Just to be with you and see you all and have you come up. When at first I was asked to do one of these things years ago, and I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool because I'll do it and I'll get to show up for people that show up for me and say hello to you and all that stuff. And I realized I wasn't doing it for you, I'm doing it for me because you guys give me so much. And in my life, all the blessings in my life come from you, and I appreciate it. Let's get that out. Except the guy with the Martin Luther King vest. It was annoyed me, but all the rest are great.
LAX Customs was. LAX Customs with all the 747s coming out, and just hundreds and hundreds of people. And I'm in line behind hundreds of people with my passport out. And the officer, the customs officer, U.S. Customs, points at me. Now sometimes I get taken for, extra screening or something. So I don't think what you think I think. I'm thinking, oh, no. They're going to take me to the room and the whole thing. And so I'm like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. I finally get to the front, and he says, did you fly a DeLorean to get back? Come on, man. I have my passport. So sometimes the face doesn't need a passport.
What a perk. I wanted to ask, since we are in Orlando and we're in the land of theme parks, a little bit about the Back to the Future ride. Amazing. Can you guys tell us a little bit about filming, the additional footage going on?
Yeah, I used to take the ride a lot. One day I was at Universal, I think I rode it 4 times consecutively. I didn't feel that well afterwards. It was an interesting experience. Makes you think.
Douglas Trumbull, who is passed on now, but he did all of the special effects for 2001: A Space Odyssey. Optical, like cinema effects, not computer graphics or anything. An amazing, amazing artist in that kind of design. So he designed the Back to the Future ride. And they were building it in Massachusetts. Anyway, they built the ride. But the ride, when they first opened the ride, it was too powerful. You were jerking so much, it was far too much of a flight simulator, and people were having problems. So they went, I remember, you were there with, the thing that was with the ride, with Chris, with me, people would call, Universal would call, say, Tom, we've got some special needs kids, Make-A-Wish Foundation, Starlight Foundation. Could you come and take the ride with some kids? And of course, of course. So I lived close to the park. So you come down to the park, you do the ride. And I do the ride about 3 times, and you're just like, I am not well. I don't feel good at all. So I get off the 3rd time, and I think, I have to stop, I have to stop. Tom, this is Mikey, he missed the bus. So I'm going on this ride with the kid. Dear God, please don't let me throw up on a special needs kid. And I kept it together, just barely. But that was about it. For the Back to the Future ride, I would say, I'll give the kid $1,000. How about that? But it's a great ride. I mean, it's a great ride. It was a great ride. They changed it to what is it now?
Simpsons.
Simpsons. stuff isn't going anywhere.
All right.
It's Simpsons now, but it was far. If I can talk to you just a second about the ride, which was incredible, the Douglas Trumbull thing. So I see the models that they built for Hill Valley, that they're going to, it's not computer graphics, they're going to have to run a camera through this model that they built of Hill Valley. So all of the lines, all of the buildings are curved. Like they're lamp posts, and they have a curvature to them, and everything. It's a very unusual looking model of the city. So, well, why is everything curved like that? And well, that's Tom, because it's a dome, and we're going to be projecting the film into a dome, so that we've factored in the dome so that all of these curved lines will appear straight. Smart people who are good at math figure these things out. It's amazing.
Great. So we actually have some fan-submitted videos from some of their favorite scenes from the films. So we're going to play those videos, and we just want to get some of your commentary or notes on these films. So should we roll the first one? Yes.
Feature cast. I'm Colin. I'm from Miramar, Florida, and my favorite Back to the Future moment is the scene at the Enchantment Under the Sea dance, right before George kisses Lorraine for the very first time. Art is fading out of existence and doesn't know whether his dad's going to do it. The music is great. The acting is incredible. Great performances from Michael J. Fox, Leah Thompson, and Crispin Glover. Just amazing. Thank you for such an incredible movie that'll last the test of time.
If I could have Colin, he didn't mention me at all, so. No, talk to them.
That was an amazing scene. It was really magical, kind of creating that. Remember, like walking into those scenes, and all of a sudden you were in the 50s. It was so crazy. It was like when they kept converting the courthouse square to different times. It's just that it's so magical to be part of something like that, with the cars and the costumes and all the extras, and that particular scene was so perfectly crafted by Bob Zemeckis. I'm a director, so I've grown more and more to appreciate the precision that he used to make that movie, and the music, how powerful the music is, because you know there's a musical now. Of course, nobody portrays us as well as we do. Just kidding. They're wonderful. But those moments are so wonderful to see with an audience. Again, you know that moment is so powerful. And they use the same, music and everything, and it still means a lot to people, those moments. He didn't really ask us a question, so I'm just talking.
Also, he brought up, and I bring it up also, I always bring up Crispin because he was so brilliant.
Yeah.
And so I always have to mention Crispin and his brilliance with that. That when we first auditioned together, we were paired together as they paired up Bob and this guy and that guy, and a couple pairs, and Tom, this is Crispin Glover, and we meet, and we went outside, worked on the scene, and halfway through I thought, well, I don't know if I'm doing this Biff thing, but if they don't hire this guy, they're out of their minds, man. It was, it took the level of the scenes to magic with what he was doing.
Well, he was such a nerd, and that's like a great kiss.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Yes.
extraordinary kiss.
And still, to my children, I'll point to my wife when we're headed out and say, yes, I'm going out with her.
And of course, the incredible guitar playing by Mr. Fox.
I can't hear a word you guys are saying, so if I don't jump in, it's not that I'm not interested, but I don't Kara, I have nothing to say. I just gonna hear what you're saying. But I want to go back to one thing, if I can, because you were talking about the ride. The ride was really cool, because the ride was at Universal Studios. We were shooting part 2. They had the ride up, I think, or something. Because I would go down to the thing and I'd go in the back door, and there was this, like, what the ride was basically a rocking chair in front of a big screen TV. And that was as advanced as technology was, because you just had this chair. And I thought, this is it? But it was really cool. And yeah, I'll be home in a second. So anyway, but it was really cool, and I go down and I count the rafters of the ride, and I look down, and it was like 40 little vestibules and little things with people in front of rocking chairs, and I just sit and watch them for hours, and be fascinated by it. But I love that I had that access to it. But there's one more thing I was going to say about that. I'm not going to think of it. Oh no, this is the other thing. It's not really related to that, but another thing about it, just a little side thing about shooting at Universal Studios. We shoot at Universal Studios, we do our scenes, and the trams would come through. Everything's shut down, and the trams go on. And now King Kong on the left, and Ben and her and went in here, and all that stuff, and we'd have to shut down. And so Bob got really pissed off and went, "Can I say that pissed off?" And he went back. And we went to the office of Universal and he said, "We're shooting a movie and you keep shutting us down because of these trams." And we kind of laughed at him and said, "Bob, those trams make more money in a month than you will ever." So Bob went, "Oh, okay." So we go out, we hijack the van to the trams. We go out and they go, "Oh, Michael Fox." And we just hang out and screw them up. But it was a really weird time. It was like magical to be. If you sit me daydream about what it's like to be in a big movie, in a big lot in Hollywood, and what that's like, it's really cool. It's everything you think it is, and we're really blessed to be in that position and do that like that. And for all the movie has meant to other people, and how it's resonated through time. That time that we had making it, I don't know about you guys, but it was just the most magical time of my life. It was amazing. You just stop and put yourself and say, "Wow, I'm really doing this." Enough.
All right, here's the second video.
Hi to the future fans. My name is Cora Price, and today's actually my birthday. I just turned 12, and I live in this really cool out-of-this-world place called Orlando, Florida. My favorite Back to the Future movie was definitely got to be the second one, because I thought it was really cool how Marty McFly knew how to ride a skateboard, but when he went into the future, he rode on a hoverboard, and it was just like natural. But even though it was in the future, he still knew how to do it, so I just thought that was really cool and really futuristic. Anyway, thank you, bye!
So I guess the question is the memories of the hoverboard.
Well, I think the hoverboard was my wife was pregnant, and I was on this thing, this like gizmo cherry picker that like I said, isn't really a hoverboard. Sorry. It was a piece of wood stapled to my feet, and I had wires and harnesses on my pelvis and fingering at the back of my jacket and hanging from a cherry picker. So I'm just hanging there and I got a beeper on in case my wife calls and goes into labor. And I thought, so she goes into labor, what am I going to do? I'm swimming back and forth in the middle. Anyway, I swim my camera. And so that was my big memory, was like how much pain was involved in doing that. I was hanging from like wires around my arm It was just insane. And but it turned out looking pretty cool. and my wife had my son, and he's now 34 years old. I had one of my 20-year-old twins getting married next month. My youngest one is in college. He's much smarter than I was. That's good. It's good life.
All the hoverboards, you know, the flying hoverboards, and they had actual hoverboards with like piano wire going from the rear of the hoverboard at the front of the hoverboard and coming through our harness to go up to this crane. So they made the hoverboards of a certain size, they made all the piano wires of a certain size that fit everyone. Everyone fit inside the wires and could fly up. So we went out to a ranch to rehearse on the hoverboards and see, and lifted it up. So they lift us up on the hoverboards. Well, I get on my hoverboard, and the wires come right up my chest. So they start spinning us around to fly, and everyone's like, ho ho, this is fun! And I'm just going, ah! So I'll tell you, there's a shot where we're swinging toward the camera, and I'm Griff in the front, and I'm doing that Griff Grimace thing because I am looking like, ah! We got nice purple lines. Even because in the rehearsals out at the ranch, I said, I can't do, can you move the wires in the hoverboard? You know, stuntmen. Nope.
All right, here's the next video.
Hi, my name is Jackson Becker. I'm from Lake Mary, Florida. My favorite scene in Back to the Future is when Doc and Marty are in the garage testing if the lightning will be enough to power the 1.21 watts. So Marty winds up the car and it starts going. It goes into the paint, which catches fire, and then Doc makes this great face.
Who is she?
Can you tell us about the scene, and maybe did you have to practice making that face in a mirror?
No, I think that was a one-take deal. Third, fourth, fifth, 10th take, I don't know which. But I had no idea I was going to be sitting here today, and I would see that.
Well, we appreciate it. All right, we have one final video. Okay.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
About Chris and that scene? Chris, there's a thing we say in show business about what we call laying pipe, which is exposition, which is like saying, like getting the exposition out. So this will happen, this will happen, this will happen, this will happen. And it's like the way of telling the audience what's going to happen. It's safe to show all that stuff. But the laying pipe is a thankless thing. No one wants to lay pipe. No one wants to be the exposition. It's boring and it's like, it's a drag. But every once in a while, a genius is born. Who can lay pipe better than anyone in the world and make it entertaining and like to tell you that stuff you need to know, tell you the way it's more exciting than the actual thing. It's just he's so good at it, and the world's greatest layer of pipe. All the rules, like you go to 88 and you do all this. He put it out there and he remembered it because he's so brilliant. And you say, and blah, 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 and then it was good because he laid it all out there. And then the thing would blow up. I just memorized all this stuff and the guy didn't know what he was talking about. Really, truly, Chris is a genius like this. He's just the best in the world. And it's an honor of learning from him.
Maybe you have a movie to say in the middle of the movie, have the writers think, We gotta get a chalkboard and have him just explain the movie right now. Okay, here's where we are. You know.
All right, here's the final video.
Say my favorite movie moment. It was right before Doc shows Marty the paper. It's just so funny. I think they did such a great job.
Don't talk to anyone. Don't interact with anyone. And try not to look at anything.
I don't get it. I thought you said this had something to do with my kids.
Look what happens to your son.
Very creative.
And sometimes they're a cry for help.
Do you guys want to talk about that scene with the paper? I guess that's their question. I'm with you on this one.
We'll talk about the scene with the paper, where, what are you talking about? I didn't watch the movies.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I think we covered it. Yeah? Did we cover it? Perfect. Yeah, we got it. Yeah, that was super cute. Yeah, we got it. All right. Well, we do have some more fan-submitted questions. This one is for you, Tom. This is from David from Orlando, Florida. Woohoo, Orlando. They want to know about your song, Stop Asking Me the Question. And getting to sing it in front of some of your fellow cast members.
I have sung in front of my fellow cast members. I won't sing it tonight because I come to my table, bring some, I don't know, those peanut butter M&Ms or something. I don't get it for free. I'm working as a stand-up comedian all around this great kind of arts. Anyway, I would spend all night till 3:30 in the morning standing in the parking lot of a nightclub or a theater answering questions to people that just wanted to talk about Back to the Future after my show. And I just thought it was just fixing a problem. Like, I've got to go home to the hotel and sleep. I need something. So I wrote a song just to answer all the questions, well, both things. Answer the questions and to communicate in a funny way that, yeah, I've heard that before. So it was very early. It was one of the first viral videos on YouTube. I didn't know how the video, I didn't know how YouTube works. You gotta put that on that YouTube. So put it on YouTube. Oh, you gotta make it for sharing. Okay. And so that week I put it out there. And I remember hearing on the radio that, Bob Dylan, his new album is out, his video, it's got over 25,000 looks on YouTube. And I thought, my video already did 250,000 views. So I didn't even know, it just went, so it went viral when none of us knew what viral meant. But it became a big thing, which was very, very great. I felt good. Because Good Morning America or something.
I really appreciate that. But anyone says my dad is DeLorean, doesn't have DeLorean. Because there's a million DeLoreans. And we had chopped in half, we had chopped this way and chopped that way. We had ones that you could shoot from underneath and then you shoot from over top. And a lot of them were really inside, not fully tricked out. So I had cuts all over my legs, my hands, because these tricked out DeLorean things for special shots were put together, not for the comfort of actors. I make Mark bleeding or something. I said, Bob, I cut my hand with an ass different this way. For the record, they didn't care about my well-being. I've already been through that once, so I was so freaked out of my mind, I didn't know what I was doing there. Like, it's all right, you're all right. Just step in front of the train. It worked out, but it was, the DeLorean was not a comfortable trip.
I was thinking about this. Do you remember when we had to do the kiss when I realized that you're my son? And they were like trying to get the camera in there and they couldn't get the camera in there and they were freaking out because it was this old car and they were like, we're gonna have to cut up this car. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I made it as difficult for him as possible to get the shot. No excuse. I like that scene. I know the problem. It's not my mother. How lucky I was. I'm a great actress and really wonderful girl. But so cute. How gorgeous she was. She was so funny and we just had such a good time. I had to put that out there.
All right, this next question is from Braden Murray from St. Cloud, Florida. And they want to know, what scene do each of you remember taking the longest or being the most difficult to film?
Well, I've given it some thought. And there was a scene in Back to the Future 3 in kind of where Doc had was doing his stuff. And, Yeah. Well, there was, in this scene, there was a elaborate, huge mechanical device, a machine, and it made ice. And the ice, steam all moving parts, and then a cube of ice would drop out. And I had a line immediately after it dropped, as I recall. Also during the scene, the steam engine, the train was coming into the railroad station, which could be viewed from that space, as I recall. The camera angled down there, and Clara arrived, or Clara was getting on the thing or whatever. And the arrival of the train, and my saying the ice dropping out, let me say that line, was all kind of coordinated. And I had a simple line when the ice came out, and I don't remember what it was, but it was something complicated. And on one of the takes, I couldn't remember the line. So the steam engine had to come back to the station. The ice machine had to be started up again, and they had to go through the entire routine all over because of the damn cube of ice. I don't know why I told that story. I
think that's the hardest thing, though. The hardest thing in the world, I think, is those scenes where a lot is going on and the camera's moving everywhere, and then it comes on you and you have to say that thing. And so there's too much time to think. Like, don't blow it, Tom. Get it right. Then you can forget it. It's very easy to do.
I think mine was in Back to the Future 2 when it started in the bedroom with you, and I had to come out, go down the stairs in that giant set at Universal, and like the camera was following, and Zemeckis would try to invent business to slow down the camera, and I was supposed to be drunk, and I was teetering in high heels, and that took forever. That was so hard.
The entry into the Hill Valley Festival in the Old West was one of those shots, coming off of my horse, into the town, through dancers and everything. All kinds of things are happening, and horses are running and everything. And then the gentleman, because it's happened to me, and Bert, I think, and he had that. Yeah, like gentlemen, the Smith and Wesson, whatever, 45, and it came right on him. And we had to do that shot a number of times because it's coming up, and you just go like, ladies and gentlemen, okay, back it up, horses back up, everybody backs up, redoes it. But that's the nature of those shots that only Robert Zemeckis, Scorsese, they planned that shot. The beginning of Goodfellas, the shot through the restaurant in Goodfellas, or whatever. Those guys love those shots.
But the thing is now it's so different than it was then. Now, as I'm a director, they can fix so much. It's crazy. You know, they can put two takes together. At that time, we all had to be perfect. But now it's so different. And so I'm just giving us credit.
Yeah.
So I'll see some. Don't worry about the marks on the floor. Don't worry about that. Oh no, we'll just split the screen, and it's completely much easier.
I think I remember too, wanting to impress Bob so badly.
Yeah.
Bob was such a genius, and you wanted to prove yourself worthy of being there and working with him. So, like, there was a scene that I always remember in Back to the Future 3, with the front of the courthouse when I was being hung. And we were doing this thing, and we did the thing, and I'm being hung, and I'm flying my legs and stuff. And Bob said, no, look right. I said, Bob, watch this. Do it again. Watch this. You're about to see some acting. Best acting you've ever seen. I would nail this. So we did it, and what happened? My hands slipped, and the rope went around my neck, and I was asphyxiated, and I passed out. And my legs were flipping around, and I was out. And we came back, and I came to, and he said, "That was great." I was out. I had to go to the hospital. It was an amazing thing, but that's how badly we wanted to repress Bob, because he invented something. We wanted to prove that we were worthy of his gift. We do justice to what he invented.